Hi, this is Brandon Spillane from thirstgym.com, and today we're talking about an exercise called the Cambered bar good morning to low box squat. So what you're going to need here is a cambered bar, very specific bar for powerlifting, but we'll explain why this works great in a minute. You're also going to need a box to be able to box squat on. So my big thing is I would make sure you can box squat well and good morning well before you try to combine this exercise together. However, this is an amazing exercise to not only build your squat but also your deadlift, your whole posterior chain, and it's really going to elevate your ability to keep your chest tall in the squat or the deadlift. So if you're somebody rounding forward a lot, this is going to help fix some of that by developing the strength on the backside. So it's mainly if you're weak on that backside. If it's a positional awareness, there could be different exercises that you may need. But if it's just one of those things like, man, my backside needs to get stronger to deadlift and squat more, this could be a great supplemental exercise for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your cambered bar set up. Just get under it like you would do like a normal squat, or however you're going to use your cambered bar. You can use one of the giant ones as well. It doesn't really matter. But what you're going to do is you're going to get underneath here. You're going to walk the weight out towards your box. And then you're going to take your feet and have them about like around a conventional deadlift stance. So you don't really want to have this a super wide stance. I don't think it's going to benefit you that much. You're kind of putting a little more on your hips here. And again, we're trying to focus more on the back and the back side. So you want to use this, but it's also going to let you be able to perform your good morning a little bit better and get a little bit lower to benefit more from the exercise. Then what you're going to do is you're going to perform your cambered bar good morning. So you're going to push your butt back just like a big RDL. So knees are a little soft. Push your butt back. Once you get as low as you can, then you're going to squat down to the box, brief pause, explode back up. Here, roll, boom. Butt back, roll, boom. Butt back, roll, boom. So what you can see here, good morning wise, getting that glute hamstring, low back strength here. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll. I'm going to put a little bit of weight into my quads. So, okay, you're going to get in this good position here, which is going to let you stay good and tight. You're going to be able to develop some quad strength as you come up. But big thing is, it's going to force you to drive your back up to get out of this position versus having to rely on like your hips or good morning it out. It's a lot. You can't really good morning from this position because you're in the perfect position to come off the box, so then you can lead your traps up into the bar. Where if I came forward and I stayed here like this and I was out here, you know, I could be forward, and then it's really hard to create that position to get out of here strong. Where because I'm getting in this perfect position right here, this gives me the ability to push my legs in hard, drive up with my traps, probably going to be in a similar torso position as your squat or as your deadlift, and then use your legs to drive up into the bar. So again, it's obviously a complex exercise, so just make sure that you're aware of that. I also like this again as a supplemental exercise. This isn't a max effort, something you go balls to the walls on. You're trying to focus on positional things while still building a strong posterior chain and backside. So what I really like for this, I can perform usually about sets of 6 to 8. I keep my RPEs around 6 to 7.5. Sometimes I'll get to 8 if I'm building up to like one good set for some of my lifters. But the big thing here is I like doing this after deadlift. So do your deadlift work, whatever that may be, whether you're doing conjugate or not, doesn't really matter. But then if you realize that your butt's kicking back, you really need to focus on that torso position. This can let you develop that musculature without having to pull so much. And then again, you can obviously benefit your squat as well because there is a squat component, so you can see how this helps. Now the other question is, will this help my sumo deadlift? In my opinion, yes, it will, especially if you're really strong out here in this wide position, which chances of your sumo you are. That's why you're doing sumo. You probably need to do something that brings your feet in. Sometimes that can be conventional deficit deadlifts or anything like that that drives on pushing from the floor. But this, I think, if you're a sumo deadlifter and you don't want to go that route, you can still develop the backside and the lower body push that you can get and still develop your low back and your mid back in a good position without having to be in that wide stance and looking at all that wear and tear on your hips over the long run. So it really kind of depends, you know, what you prefer, even where you're at with your training cycle. You know, as you get closer to meet, you need more specificity. This is obviously pretty far away from the specificity perspective, so this works great out of season, or, you know, as you're starting to build back into putting pulls into your training program after a meet. Then I can see why you would drift more towards this. But, you know, I'm also not doing this 2 weeks out from a meet either. So just make sure you understand why you've got this, where you've got it. But the big take homes is you can either build up to one hard set, like RP 7.5, 8 or so, leave some in the tank, don't max out on this variation, use this to help drive your deadlift. But if you also feel like you need more work at it, then use the volume piece, RP 6 to 7, really focus on owning that hinge, owning the good morning, owning the position you get to the box, and then driving your back off the box really hard, and I think you'll see some good benefits for your deadlift. So if you got any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks, have a great day.